What's going on, guys? You're on the sidelines with the Sideline guys. I'm Derrick.
And I'm Chris. Welcome back,
Yes,
everybody.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's been a nice, interesting week with
Not
sports.
for our picks. Our picks
I,
have not been nice, brother. Not,
bro,
nothing but
I
nice.
already had a feeling that this was going to be a rough one, but yeah. Hey, man. Real quick though, we have any news with MMA?
Yes, sir. So there was a great event last weekend, actually a historic event. It tied the UFC record. Once again, we just breaking all kinds of records lately
Mm-hmm.
for most finishes in a fight card. So there was 8 knockouts, another submission to add on top of it, an 11 fight card, just action packed, really fun to watch. And the best part about it was the main event, which
Yeah.
actually wasn't a finish. You had a great fight of the year contender, in my opinion, between Yair Rodriguez and Max Holloway. One of my favorite fighters in the game. I got some crazy stats actually for you about Max Holloway. So
Oh, nice.
after this, after this fight, so this is included.
Mm-hmm.
Max Holloway is the first UFC fighter to accrue over his career 3,000 strikes landed against his opponents. Obviously, the
Jesus.
the nearest person that's close to him is George St. Pierre, 2,590. And a reason why this is
Wow.
significant is this man, if you look at his career, actually, in his last 10 fights, so he's a vet in the UFC. He's been in the UFC actually since looking back at his career right now,
Mm-hmm.
since his fourth fight. So he's been in the UFC for over 20 fights, but in his last 10 fights alone, he has
Mm-hmm.
more strikes than any other single competitor in UFC history. And that's just his last 10
Wow.
fights. So just insane stats on this guy. And the performances speak for themselves, man. You watch these fights, and even this one, which was closer than we're accustomed to.
Mm-hmm.
There was a competitive fight, a lot of moments for Yair in this one. But even in one like this, man, you can't not be impressed by the things that this guy does. He just has tools everywhere and really showcases ground game in this one too. Which, if he's doing that on top of breaking all these records, I mean,
Yeah.
you can't give him much more praise than that.
So what are we looking at with the championship contention
Yes, sir.
for
That's a great question. It's a great question. So he's fought the champ twice already. And what I
yeah.
find so fascinating about this is I've been thinking back on this all week. There isn't a situation like this.
Yeah.
There's no trilogy fight that I can remember where first of all, you got two guys that are in their prime, two
Mm-hmm.
guys that are clearly leaps and bounds above the division.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone that they face, if they're not named each other, they don't have trouble.
Right.
And both times that they fought, there's really an argument that either guy have won in both of them.
Mm-hmm.
So just unprecedented level of I guess complexity and competitiveness in that division, which is so dope to see. I mean, this is the fight to make. You got to make the trilogy fight, even though Max Holloway lost the first two. It's a little lopsided. People look at it like, but how could you say that? But if you actually watch those fights, like I said,
Yeah.
there's a case for both guys. So I think ultimately that's the one. There's no other real contenders either to try to make the case besides Holloway.
Right.
If Holloway loses that one, I think we see him move up to lightweight, which isn't bad at all.
Yeah.
Just
Oh
more
yeah.
action fights down the line with that. But I think for 145, that's the best fight that you can make on top of being the fight that everybody wants. So it's really a no brainer.
Yeah. Slick. I want I want to see him get the title, but I slick want to see him move up too.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's sad too because I'm
Yeah.
worried. I don't
Yeah.
like him at 155 because there's a lot of really good strikers there and people that really
Yeah.
put the damage on you like Justin Gaethje last week. Speaking
Yeah.
of though, I don't know
Sure.
if you got to see this. There was a beautiful video with Yair and Max Holloway actually posing for pictures together in the ambulance as Yair
Yeah.
was about to get taken away.
Yeah.
Just dope seeing that level of sportsmanship for sure. And Holloway's attitude is always like that. Like
Mm-hmm.
he's just a great guy on top of being a great competitor, which is honestly hard to find in MMA. So much respect to that guy
Most
and
definitely.
good luck.
Most definitely, man. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing more. 'Cause, I mean, Holloway is just a different. He's just a different like I don't want. Yeah, he's a beast. He's a different beast. Like
Yes, sir.
there's nothing else to say about it. I mean, dude is he's one of a kind. So I would love to see the championship. You think that gets made by the end of the year or the beginning
It'll
of the year?
probably be for next year, but definitely I'm sure it's wrapped up. There's nobody else you could go to in that division.
Right.
And everyone's clamoring for the Connor fight, but he's probably not going to be back for a couple months anyway, with his injuries. So,
Look, I'm over Connor, bro.
oh my God, did you see that video as well? There's another video.
There's another video.
Yes, sir. So, as Holloway was being introduced for this fight,
Uh,
this is the most Chad shit I've ever seen. And this is hard to say in the MMA context. He recorded a video of himself, like as they're introducing Max,
uh,
walking, like pacing in front of the TV, like he's the one being introduced against him. Just such a cornball. Just any way he could find a way to insert himself, literally.
yeah. I mean, I'm I love the build up to his fights, but I mean, we're talking about what since when was the Mayweather fight? 16,
2017.
17.
2017, yeah.
You haven't seen him win since then, right?
He
I
has
mean,
one.
before that.
He beat Cerrone after that, but in a way, that's an aging fighter. So I
That
get why
that's
that goes out of a lot of people's
that's
minds.
what I'm saying. Like I like you count it, but at the same time, it's like it's not Cerrone. I don't take anything from Cerrone, but I mean Cerrone's been in the cage like multiple times back to back
In
on short
organizations
sprints.
that don't even exist anymore. He's been around for
Yeah,
so long. Yeah.
yeah. So I'm not I'm not discounting him, but I'm almost not even like really acknowledging that win. Like I'm talking about
Mm,
like top of the food chain type of fighters. He's not doing
exactly.
anything right now. So I mean, I'm pretty sure we're gonna see him back, but I think I'm over McGregor. I'm
I
over
could
him.
feel you on that.
I'm
I
over him.
honestly, on his rise, man, I feel like there wasn't anybody like him, and it was
There
refreshing.
wasn't.
But I felt like after even before the Mayweather fight, like things just started going dark. And I don't
Yeah,
know
yeah,
if
yeah,
anybody else saw
yeah,
that.
yeah.
There was a time there where, yeah, he always had the banter. It was always there. His showmanship was always there.
Mm-hmm.
But it turned in a sinister way. And I feel like a lot of people lost sight of that. And a lot of people now are saying, oh, he's not the same as guy he used to be. And I feel like that really has a big part of it, man. Take yourself seriously and putting yourself in a place where you have to make yourself the enemy all the time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, Forcing a chip on your shoulder that really isn't there at this point in your career.
Yeah.
I just feel like it's been nothing but detrimental to him. And I agree, man. I think there's room for him to do things right and really have another like breakout story moment in his career.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think he's gonna get there just because of everything else he has going on top of the way he handles everything. I think the game has passed him by in a real way.
Yeah. I mean, to be completely honest, not to say that he doesn't take this art seriously, but and we've talked about this with like running backs and other players in NFL that as soon as they get paid, then all of a sudden their production is on a decline.
Mm-hmm.
Since he got paid from that Mayweather fight, I don't see the same like fervor, man. I don't see that same like that fire or hunger. It's just not there for him. So I don't know. The trash talk is always going to be there, but I don't see that fight though. I don't see it.
Mm-hmm.
I think that I think what we've known McGregor to be is done.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's over. I'm not expecting that McGregor to come back. I think, like you said, I think he could have another resurgence and do something else in his career before he retires, but or retires again. But I don't think we're going to see that dominance again.
For sure. I don't think he's chasing any titles anytime soon. And there's
No.
nothing wrong with that. I think a lot of people get accustomed, especially fans that watch the UFC only, where
Mm-hmm.
you find yourself in a spot where if guys aren't making it to the top of the division, people start to think that they're trash. And that's not the
Right.
case,
It's
man. Like
not. It's not.
there's a niche for everyone. This is prize
Yeah.
fighting at the end of the day. And
Yeah.
even guys like Cerrone that for some reason the UFC loves feeding them guys that are in the top 15.
Mm-hmm.
Stop doing that. He's
Yeah.
beyond that point of his career.
Yeah.
Give him guys that are at his level, at his age bracket. And that
Mm-hmm.
way we'll actually get an entertaining fight that we won't feel gross about after. And I think the
Yeah.
same thing goes for Connor. I'm
Yeah.
sure that there's a lot of matchups, but the thing is, they're never going to put him in that position.
No,
In a lot of
no.
ways, I feel like the UFC learned a lot of lessons with Conor. I don't think they want a star as big as him again. I don't think they want
Hmm.
somebody to get to that level, because at the end of the day, it only brought them more problems, really.
Oh,
If
you
you look
can't
back at it,
control him.
exact, and not even just that. It's like the ripple effect.
Yeah.
He's asking for more money now. Everyone's asking for more money, and now
Hmm.
everyone is kind of, the wool is being pulled up from everyone's eyes, and they're
Yeah.
seeing, this, they're exploiting us. Let's keep it
Yeah.
real. They're
Yeah.
exploiting us,
Yeah.
and finally now people are getting a grasp on that. So I don't know. I feel like the way the sport's going, they're gonna get him in marquee fights every time he wants to fight. He's gonna be fighting a top 5 contender no matter what, and that's not what he needs for his career right now. If he's
No.
serious about turning it around and potentially making a title run again, I really think they should take it slow and build him up from the ground up,
He needs to
because
build up properly. It's
Mhm.
because the thing about it is like every time he's on a card, he's expecting to be the main event.
Exactly.
So you can't be the main event anymore. Not right now.
Yep.
Now, not now. You haven't fought at a main event level in what, probably, I mean, you could probably say what, 5 years now,
Hmm.
about 5 years.
Yep.
It's just I'm good.
I feel you.
I'm
And
good.
it's so strange for me too, because even in his rise, the moments that he did have with the crazy knockouts and getting them quick,
Yeah.
you could know then that this isn't something that's gonna last a long time. Like, you
Nah,
can't keep doing this.
we've seen that. We've
And
seen it with Rousey.
Mhm,
Like this is nothing new.
for sure, the
It's
game catches up,
it sustains for a little while, and then always it's a drop off.
for
You get,
sure.
if either you change your fighting style to adapt to a slower pace, or you retire. That's it.
Mm.
That's
And
why I
there's
was
nothing wrong
actually,
with that.
there's nothing wrong with it, but I was actually kind of glad that he retired when he did, and then he came back like, okay, cool, let's see what happens. And nah, I should stay retired, man. Especially with all the stuff he's got on going on outside of the
Right.
sport. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So yeah, I'm done with McGregor, man.
I'm telling you, man, get accustomed to the good old MMA retirement, because these
Yeah,
guys retire every week and then they come back.
yeah,
They come
yeah.
back years on. Perfect example. Right now this weekend, and I don't think this is the same situation at all. But Misha Tate is back in action. I don't know if you remember who that is,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but women's
She's back.
pioneer legend. She's back. She's fighting this Saturday. She's fighting Ketlin Vieira. She had a return fight a couple months ago and looked in the best shape of her career, man. So I'm
Oh
really
wow.
excited for that, and starting to watch out for, because that's a contender that they would love to throw at Nunes as soon as they get a
Oh
chance.
my God, yo, that would be a nice matchup.
Yes, sir. A rematch.
That would be,
Trying to
yeah.
get that belt back.
It would be great. I just don't know if anyone can really take Nunes down, man.
Hmm.
That just
I
seems
think
so
now's the
impossible.
time, though. I think now's the time.
It
Compared
is,
to
but
compared to before, I think she has been on a little bit of a decline. I think a lot of it has to do with her moving up and fighting 145. I
hmm,
think making 135 has been tough for her, man. And her last
yeah,
fight against Jermaine Durandamy at that weight,
yeah.
she got rocked. She got hurt early
Oh
on.
yeah,
A
she
lot, a
did.
lot of
She
people
did.
missed out on that one.
She did.
So who knows? Especially like I said, I mean, I encourage you, look up the photos. Even when she was champion, she didn't look like this kind of an athlete. So I'm really excited to see what she does this weekend.
Good. I didn't even know she was back. She's back in the UFC.
Yes, back in
I
the
did not
UFC.
know that. I
Hmm.
did not.
Yep,
Okay, good, 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 good. I would love to see that rematch, man. That would be a nice that'd be something nice because Nunes has been, I can't say she's not been boring, but her opponents have been boring.
yeah, for sure, for sure. There's been a lot of matches that we know where it's going as soon as it
Yeah,
starts, for sure.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Even from the build up, you already know who's winning, so it's nice. There's no mystery to it, but
For sure.
I love that. Love that. Love that.
Yes, man. Great stuff on the horizon as always. There's always some sort of storyline going on in MMA, which is why I love it so damn much.
Yeah, bro.
Um, but speaking of that, I think we're at that part of the season, bro. We got to come clean here, because we're accountable. We talk our shit when we're right, but we got to be real when we're wrong, man. And I think we hit that part of the season, man, where things are getting rocky, and people are dropping games that they shouldn't be dropping. And at this
You talking
point,
about
I'm
the
starting to
NBA or
think, should
NFL?
I? I'm talking about the NFL. I'm talking about the NFL. I'm thinking, like, should I start factoring these things into my picks? Because
The time of year.
exactly,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
exactly.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I think that's a good move. That's a good
Yeah,
move.
let's just get right into it, man.
Might as
I
well.
want to start with the numbers, man. So this week I actually had the fortune, and you know it's a bad week when I had the fortune to go 6-6-1 because obviously we had a tie this week.
Yeah.
Um, and that only means you did worse. So
Oh,
my man's Derek went 4-8, 4-8-1, and
this was a
actually,
bad week. This
yes,
was
sir,
the last 2 weeks have been really bad.
for sure. We was
They've
on
been real
cloud
bad.
nine, bro. It was
Yeah,
bound to come down sometime. You know what I mean?
yeah. But I'm still
You're
your
still in
boy.
the lead though. You in the lead by
You're
2 points.
no, but your
But
boy Logic, that's his name.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
curse is real.
I'm still blaming him, bro. I'm in Atlanta, so I believe in the sports curse, bro.
Hilarious, bro. Hilarious. Logic's the man, though. Shout out to Logic.
Yes, sir.
He's always helping me out with some tidbits. I'll have one later on. I'll make sure I quote him again.
Good,
When we
good,
get to that Lions game. But
good.
yeah, man. I think we gotta. It's only up from here. All season our picks have not been this bad,
Not at
and
all
we're still over 500 and
on the
almost
whole
over
season.
75%.
Yeah.
I'm 92 and 56 and you're 94 and 54. So that's
Hey,
great numbers, man. Great
those are
numbers.
great numbers. Yeah. And
Yes,
one.
sir.
You have to put the one there.
Oh yeah, the one. You're right. I always forget the damn tie. So
Bro,
go
so
ahead,
sad. No, I was just saying that was so sad.
man. I'm done ever giving respect to the Steelers, man. I'm done with it, and I don't care that everyone's gonna be, oh, they're only one game behind you guys. I don't care, man. I'm done. I am done. But we might as well get into these games so we could
Yeah.
start talking. But I was gonna say, first and foremost, before we hop right in, is there anything you wanted to talk about in the world of the NBA before we hop in?
Real fast. Because I saw this today. Because I don't watch First Take. I don't watch ESPN or FS1. I don't watch those networks, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I saw this commentary that Stephen A. Smith had about the Brooklyn Nets.
Mm-hmm.
And that I think KD needs to ask for a trade, and that he feels bad for KD because he trusted Kyrie, which I gotta actually agree with him on that. Like he trusted Kyrie, and it's kind of like looking back on it, you can say it's a bad decision. I think going to Brooklyn was not a bad decision, but looking back on it, yes, this is bad because I mean the roster that they had when they both decided to go to Brooklyn was a stupid nice roster. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, you still had Dinwiddie there, you still had Jared Allen, um,
Levert as well.
Levert. That was just a crazy roster. So, I mean, yeah, I think the decision to go to Brooklyn was not a bad decision, but you know it's who you're going with,
Yeah.
who you're banking your future on, and Kyrie's not coming back anytime soon. He's
Yeah.
not unless he gets a vaccine. He's not coming back anytime soon. So I
Yeah.
don't see that what we've seen with Brooklyn so far. Granted, we're only like what 15, 17 games into the season. It's not a long season so far. Not everybody's in tip top shape. Not everybody is their full version of themselves. But I mean, with what we've seen so far, I don't see how well, you had Philly coming out the East. Yeah, I don't see how we're wrong in our prediction with Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm.
I really I don't see them getting further than the second round like
Mm-hmm.
this, like
Yeah,
this, and actually like this, they might not even leave the first round.
I agree.
So let's say KD decides to ask for a trade. Where do you see him going? Because he's not going back to Golden State.
I did not think this is where we were headed with this one, by the way. I love
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
Call me crazy, man. I could see if we're talking about realistic things that could
Mm-hmm.
potentially
Mm-hmm.
happen.
I hope I
Um,
know what you're about to say.
oh man,
I
man.
hope I
I
do.
hope so. I hope so. I think he'll stay in the East. I don't think he wants to go back in the West.
Okay.
And man, there's a team that plays right across the train line from where they play at that has been looking really good, man. I think that would be a real feasible thing, whether he goes Knicks, maybe even potentially something crazy like, I don't know, maybe Charlotte, like that. All of those are teams that could package some young
Mm,
players and try to make something work.
mm,
I think he ultimately isn't going anywhere. I
mm.
don't think he's gonna even call for a trade because at this point, like you say, you kind of got to chalk it up to bad luck, and it is what it is. I think he's a free agent next season anyway, right?
I think so. Yeah.
So I don't know, man. I wouldn't be surprised with the kind of diva he is, but at the end of the day, I don't think it's gonna happen. But that'll be really cool, man. Knicks, Charlotte, that's what I would call for. What about you? What are you thinking?
So there were two teams that I was thinking about. Um, Depending on what they do this season, going into next season with draft picks or whatever, OKC might not be a bad idea. I'm not
I
saying to be
like
a
it. I like it.
champion, not you're not chasing a championship in OKC right now.
Mhm.
Like, but in terms of like if he decided he wants to just go to a team that he can build with, that wouldn't be a bad idea because they have a lot of stuff to work with. Shea Gildress Alexander's there, and they have a ton of picks they can trade for to get people there. I think it'd be an interesting idea. Um, I think the Knicks make a lot of sense too. Um, I don't know, bro. I don't see him leaving Brooklyn either. At least not right now. Put it like this: if this is still an issue in the off season, I think that's when we start seeing KD think about moving on.
The craziest thing would be if him and Kyrie link up again, find the most
Yo,
find the most find the wait find the most unimmunized friendly venue and go there and play together. That'll be crazy.
that would
I
be
mean, they
hilarious.
orchestrated this in the first place and just left it Harden like,
Yeah.
peace, bro. This is your fault anyway. I feel like in some ways signing themselves to the devil, like we always say. I think all these big threes come with a cost. And at the end of the
A lot
day,
of
I
them
feel like
do. Yeah.
the trade for Harden, although in hindsight, you make it. No matter what, you make that trade.
Hmm.
But just everything that had to go into it and everything that fell out of it once Kyrie decided he was doing what he's doing this season, it really sort of 100% showed us who won that trade. And
Oh
at the end of
yeah.
the day,
Oh yeah.
you call it what you want, but at the end of the day, they've had a worse team since then. And it isn't just because Kyrie is not playing. It's all the other factors that we mentioned.
Oh, for sure.
Um, Real quick, funniest thing that I saw recently, there was a meme where this guy just gets out of he just gets out of like a doctor's office and you see him literally pull his prosthetic arm out. And then there's like Kyrie after finally getting the vaccine. It should have me weak, bro.
Hey man, yeah, that's nice.
Get it how you could get it, bro.
Get how you get it. Yeah, look, I don't. Again, I don't see him leaving, but
Mhm.
I mean, what if in the off chance he decides to go? Okay. This is obviously not happening. Obviously not happening. But what if he decided to team up with Lillard in Portland?
That would be fire. To be honest, that would be fire. Um, I don't like the rest of their team either.
Yeah,
For other reasons. I think
yeah,
defensively they need the help more so than offensively.
yeah,
I love Chauncey though. Shout out to head coach Chauncey Billups
yeah.
doing his thing over there. But at the end of the day, like I don't know, man. Even when you said the OKC one, that was just so off my radar because he went full diva mode when he left, and it was clear that from that point on he was only interested in pursuing titles. Which at the end of the day,
Right.
I get that. That makes 100% sense for anybody. I would encourage people, especially all these athletes that put all their life into this. You go wherever you feel is gonna make you the most fulfilled. But at the end of
Yeah.
the day, I think 1 year, 2 year contracts is all that he's getting from this point on. I think he wants to
Mm-hmm.
make sure that he's in the best position every year, theoretically, to try to
Mm-hmm.
win a title. And who knows, maybe something crazy like I could see him signing with the Mavs. Um,
Yeah.
going hella into the tax for that.
Yeah.
I don't think he goes back to the West though, man. For real, I don't think
He
people
won't.
sleep on that
He won't.
narrative.
Yeah. Yeah. He
But
probably won't.
now would be a good time to go back. But I don't think
Yeah.
he will. I think he wants to stay in the East.
So, okay, here's another one that I know a lot of people are not gonna like me saying, but think about this, okay? Boston has a lot of ability to move in the next year.
Yes, sir.
Cap space is gonna be nice. You have a lot of you already have a lot of people you already need locked up, right?
Mm-hmm. Who knows? Who
He's already
knows?
he's already done that thing where if you can't beat him, join him. He's already done that once.
Super true. Super true. I think if the playoffs play out that way and you guys end up imagining a first round matchup and you lose and then he comes, like that'll be wild. I mean, and then you got KD versus LeBron, LA, boss, like that's actually fire. I think
I
I
would
think that's best case scenario now.
That's
You
best
convinced
case
me.
scenario. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
convinced me. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you
I'm
have the
proud of
cap
you, man.
space
I
because
thought it was a homer pick. I thought you were just going with it for the heart, but no, this
no,
makes
no,
sense. This makes
no.
sense.
Because look, they've been trying to position themselves to get Bradley Beal. I know Tatum and Beal want to play together, but I mean, if you got if you got KD right there,
The
I'm choosing
DMV's finest.
bro. I'm choosing KD over Beal every single time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Come on, come on.
Even with how great Washington has been looking. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't know, man.
surprisingly,
Legit.
I laughed at Kuzma, but uh,
He talking his shit. He ain't wrong.
yo,
He
real
ain't wrong.
talk. This is
He's
his
like, me and
time.
me and the city of Cleveland got something in common,
This
baby.
is his time. I so I, you know, I, and yeah, yeah. I think I agree. I think that he probably would like to stay in the East. That's why I don't really see him leaving Brooklyn. But I mean, in the off
That's a
chance he
good one.
decides to
I
leave
like that.
to Brooklyn, Boston's right there. You got young talent. You got a nice head coach right there. Great front office, historic team,
Yeah, I just need a better point guard at that point. I would say if he
bro.
wanted to play
You
with
know
Schroeder, he
what?
would have stood in OKC.
Yeah, I know. I, I'll say this: Shooter's been playing very well this season.
I love Schroeder, man.
He's been,
Schroeder, people sleep on him.
I love it. He's actually showing that whatever happened with LA, because I'm still kind of confused. People are saying that I think he said he never even got offered the contract, and
Mhm.
everybody's talking about he turned down the $80 million contract. So whatever the issue is or was, he's showing that he should have been paid.
For sure.
Maybe not 80 million now, but I think by the end of the season, if he continues to play like this, 80 million is a steal.
For sure. Someone's gonna take him
Someone's
up
gonna
on that.
pay him. Yes, someone will
Yeah.
pay him this offseason. So he's resurrected himself back into the position of being able to get there. I think LA is regretting a couple of their moves this offseason. You're seeing
Mhm.
how DeRozan is playing this year, and you're seeing how Caruso is playing this year. Those both of them should have been in LA.
Yep.
And
Yep.
I think the Lakers would be in a better position right now had those two had they just moved with those two. You had DeRozan right there.
There. Yeah.
You
And
already
you know
had
where he wanted
Caruso
to
right
play.
there.
Like, let's be
Yeah,
real.
they both wanted to play there. They both wanted like Caruso wanted to stay.
Exactly.
DeRozan wanted to play there. It made sense. As a Celtics fan,
Mhm.
I'm actually glad that it happened. But I mean, as a basketball fan, that would have been a great thing to see. What just how that dynamic went. But
Mhm.
hey, look, I
We'll
think we're
have to
seeing.
settle. We'll have to settle for seeing the bald mama dap up LeBron every time they play. Just the most wholesome video ever.
You say the bald mamba?
Oh, you've never heard that? Yes, sir. The
No,
bald
that is that
mamba.
his nickname?
Yes, sir. When he was out in
That's
LA.
hilarious.
There was a game where he got a big like oop slam, and since then there was like the bald mamba going crazy,
Oh
calling
my
him that.
god, man. All right. Well, hey, look, man. I think there's a lot of teams that that regret some of their moves, but Golden State, And I look, this is the reason why at first I chose Golden State to be in the finals, and then I switched over to
Phoenix.
Phoenix. Yeah, out of respect for them playing last year. Um, I'm glad I switched back. Golden State is they actually, and I think I chose Boston to beat them in the finals. I think as is, if those two teams meet up, Golden State, it's hard to pick against Golden State. It's really
The
hard to pick
craziest
against them.
shit. We haven't even seen them at 100% yet.
That's what I was saying earlier. A lot of these teams are not at full form.
Yep,
That's scary, bro. That is
for sure.
scary.
For sure. Who knows, man? We end up a couple weeks down the line. We could be talking about them potentially going for that 6 loss season again. Like who knows? It could be that
Yeah,
level. I think they're more suited to do that now than then, even because even then they didn't have the kind of bench that they have
I was
now.
about to
Like there's
say
so
their
many,
depth is so much better right now.
bro. They sat people against key teams like the Bulls and still
Yeah,
came out on top. Like that means a lot.
yeah. And I don't even think Wiseman's playing yet. If
Hmm.
Wiseman can play to full potential, that's gonna be scary because they haven't had a serious big since Bogut.
Man, I
And I
actually
mean,
saw. Sorry to cut you off. I saw a really cool comparison where they was showing early stats from Bosch's career and comparing it to Wiseman's stats, and they're almost identical, man.
really,
And he's getting less minutes than Bosch was getting at
yeah,
that stage of
yeah,
his career.
because
And
Bosch was
he's also
starting.
younger. He's
Yeah,
19.
yeah.
So crazy, crazy.
That's interesting. Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, look, I know. There's a lot of Warriors fans that aren't too high on him. He's only in his second year.
Dude is younger than me. Whenever I hear about
No,
players that are younger than
no.
me, I'm like, give them man some time, bro.
You know what? This is actually. I'm glad we went this way because this is something I was actually thinking about earlier today. I saw something about a graphic of Lonzo Ball, his first
Hmm.
4 years versus I think this year or the last 2 years.
Hmm.
And yeah, it had to be just this season. But they compared the two, and you can see where his production has just gone up, right?
Hmm.
Like that's the most annoying thing about sports today, to be completely honest, is that we can't be patient with players anymore in their development. Like it's almost like if you don't produce in the first or second year, you're already called a wash or wash player or you know a bust rather.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing I don't like, and Wiseman, like I don't know that I'm willing to write him off until about year 4, year 5. If we're
Hmm.
seeing the same thing, the same production by that point, cool. We can say we want to say, yeah, they should have drafted Ball, but I if they're playing like this right now without Clay,
Scary. Scary, dude. And the best part about it is like they're fun to watch. Like they
they
they're
are,
fun to watch, bro.
they
Like
are.
they're doing their thing. And like I said, there's a lot of people on this team that are gonna get paid just for the longevity of the season. Like there's a lot of
Mm-hmm.
people, Pool's gonna get paid eventually.
Oh yeah,
Just a lot of people that teams are gonna want. And you love to see that, man. I
yeah,
think, like I said, this season in the NBA has been so much fun to watch so far.
yeah.
There's
It
a whole bunch
has.
of teams that are busting their ass on the court and really changing the perception of what we thought of them coming into the season.
Mm-hmm.
So you love to see it, man. I would say the thing to keep your eye out for is what's going on with the Mavs. Are they gonna keep up this good sort of run that they're on? Or are they gonna keep sliding when the games matter? I don't know.
I don't
Um,
trust the Mavs, bro. Like,
and why is it? Could you run that by me? Because I think the point you just made earlier, I think is a little funny. Real
mhm,
quick, I think all these rookies that end up getting put on the pedestal at first, when you deliver, you
mhm.
in a way it's damned if you do, damned if you don't. Because
Yeah,
now
yeah,
that's
yeah,
expected of you. And
yeah,
and like I said,
yeah,
there's so much on Luca now. And trust me, he
yeah.
delivers, but it's not just him.
It's not just him, and I think that's what it is. I'm not looking at Luca as being the only guy that bears responsibility, but to me, like we've seen the last 2 years of them going into the playoffs or being like having a good build up toward the playoffs, and
Mhm.
then nothing happens. I I just have to see it. And I said the same thing about Milwaukee. Like in terms of actually winning the championship, I didn't believe they were going to win the championship. I'm not
Yeah,
going to sit here and act like I did. I did not believe them to do
sure.
that at all. They proved me wrong. Good. But I mean, it took until the finals, like I think around like what game 4, probably.
For me, it was game 5 of the series with the Nets, the conference finals, where I was like,
Yeah.
they have nights where they look like absolute trash, but
Yes.
they
Yeah.
also have nights where they could really pull it through. And I feel like that energy still hasn't really carried over to this season. I
It
think a lot of
hasn't.
people sleep on that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Middleton is in a huge slump, so much so
Mm-hmm.
that I saw this video, which is pretty funny, where Giannis was hyping himself up and put a crown on the board where they had it.
Uh,
But basically, because of how much of a slump Middleton's in, he actually has a higher percentage in threes this season compared to him. So he was talking his shit. He was like, I might be number one in Bucks history when it's all said and done in three pointers made, which had me dying. Um, but I think they got a long way to go as far as getting back to that same form. But I feel
yeah.
like a lot of
Yeah.
players, you end up getting caught in that cycle where you do well, then everyone's like expected. Like another random
Mhm.
example that I thought of when you were talking about this was Jeremy Lin. Like he
Oh
popped off
yeah.
that night in MSG,
Yeah.
and then ever since that point, it's either like you give us that or you're trash. And I don't
Yeah.
think it's that. It's not that black and white, man.
It's not, which I think that probably actually contributes to the reason why he hasn't been in the league
Mm-hmm.
since Toronto.
Exactly.
Which I still don't get that. I still don't get that. I think he would be a serviceable player, any team that he
Oh,
would be able to get to. But yeah, Dallas is one of those teams that I like. I'm just not looking at regular season for them to dictate what they do. I don't do it. I gotta see in the playoffs,
for sure.
and they've got to actually like be consistent. They have great pieces there. I
For
love
sure.
Brunson,
Mhm.
Hardaway. I love those guys. Those are great players. But I just you're in the West. If KP can stay healthy, okay, we can talk about something. But I
I think
just
even when he's healthy at this
even with
point,
his
he
health,
still doesn't look good.
yeah,
Did you see when he was getting cooked by Ball?
yeah, that was rough. That was
Yo,
rough.
man, that
That
guy
was
is talented, bro. Like
yeah,
they need to either let him free or trade him because
yeah.
that guy is gonna be good
Because
for
I
real.
think I think what they've been doing is like holding on onto hope for Michael Porter. And
And
I like,
rightfully so. I think he's a really talented player.
yeah, I think they overpaid him.
1,000% they
They
overpaid
overpaid
him.
him. Like at this point, that's why I think that Bobo might actually get moved because you're paying Michael Porter Jr. You know what I'm saying? So
You
I like
can't
I
move that contract.
can't move
Yep.
that contract. I mean, well, we've seen that kind of contract get moved. I can't
Not
now.
for that kind of
Now,
player though.
not that kind. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. well,
Legit.
well, hold on. Wiggins did get traded.
That is true. That is
Wiggins
true.
did get moved. So it's possible it could happen. Is
Mhm.
it likely? No.
For sure. For
Hell
sure.
no. But I think yeah, I think you're right, and that would be interesting what team he would actually go to because I think Denver is a great place for him though.
Yeah, man. I think I just feel like they have a hard time getting them on the court, which is
Yeah,
understandable. They got a lot of good people that they want to develop, and that's all a part of it.
yeah,
But at the end of the day, to see him doing stuff like that, anybody that's over 7 foot, that has any inkling of athleticism, is bound to be a really good player. And the fact that he has handle,
yeah,
he has it all. Like, not, there's a
and
lot of
he's
people.
putting it together too. That's the thing.
Dude, there was one sequence where he's pump faking at the 3 point line, driving in and
Mm-hmm.
getting the and one up and under layup, like
Mm-hmm.
just nutty. Like you don't see that's guard shit. Like he's seven
Bro,
six with guard moves. Like
that's something you would see on 2K.
exactly,
You
exactly.
see what I'm saying?
And the most
Like in the
obnoxious
park.
guy on the park.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. He's clearly bought like $130 of VC, and he got the most OP character. Like that's ball right there, 100%.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
got to get him a brown shirt for when he's training in the right,
Hey,
because
yes,
so he can
yes.
look like a generic character. I'm too kidding.
Oh, that's hilarious. That's hilarious. But yeah, man, let's go ahead and get into the NFL, man. That's
Yes, sir.
I know we've got some picks to get to.
So I would say let's jump right into it, but I want to start somewhere. Let me see if this team is even playing this week. Yes, they are. Okay, so we'll just get to it when they play. Let's start
Yeah.
off with our first game of the week. We got Patriots at Falcons. Um, man, we were wrong about the Patriots last week. Let's just say. I got it. Oh, I lied. We all got it right. What am I talking about?
Bro,
Um, we saw that coming a mile away, but I didn't think it was going to be
yeah.
that easy.
Yeah. That I think that's where we were wrong, that it was that
Mhm.
easy. Mac Jones is okay. I'll admit I doubted him.
I didn't.
Like I'm
I
saying,
did it.
I'm saying in terms of this level of production
Mhm.
in like his rookie year. I
Yep.
didn't doubt where he could go, but there was a lot of people saying, that like, oh, this is Tom Brady. That when you compare him to Tom Brady and saying he's better than Tom Brady in his rookie year, like to me, that's where I was like, okay, yo, like let's pump the brakes on this. You know what I'm saying?
100%. Yeah.
Um, Super Bowl contender.
I
Are
don't
you
want to
willing?
say
Are
that
you willing
yet.
to say that
I don't want to say that yet, but they're definitely going to the playoffs. Like,
they're
and
going to the
they're
playoffs?
gonna,
Yeah,
and in my opinion, I think they're a lock to make it out of the first round. Like, I really feel like
yeah,
they're a team that, man, let's talk about this too, because I think there's something to it. Because in this game, we saw Belichick whip on his old team, and then
yeah,
in the Cowboys game, we saw the Cowboys get their revenge on good old Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn getting his revenge on the Falcons. So
bro.
I really think there's something to that, man.
28-3. Was it 28-3 at halftime?
Yep, yep, just dogging him, just dogging
I,
him.
the
My
Falcons Twitter
fantasy
page
team
is
loved it.
hilarious. Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure. The Falcons Twitter page is hilarious. They was like, yeah, we know.
That's great, man. I feel like they got
Beautiful.
a lot to celebrate this season. So I good.
Yeah,
Keep that same attitude, you know?
yeah. So he says Panthers and Falcons.
No, I said Patriots at
Patriots. I'm
Falcons.
sorry, Patriots and
You're good.
Falcons. My bad. Yeah.
You knew what team I wanted to talk about earlier.
I'm
You figured it
so
out.
bro. I'm so itching to get to that conversation.
Because I still stand by what I say, but we'll
Yeah,
get to that. We'll get
yeah.
to that.
Look again. This is one of those games where it doesn't matter where they play.
I agree.
They could be playing on a Navy ship.
They can play pickup.
It doesn't even matter. Like they can play this blindfolded. Patriots are winning this one.
Streets 2, no breakers.
Yeah, yeah. This
Patriots are
is
winning this one, and Cordarrelle scoring 2 touchdowns. That's all you need to know.
ooh.
Yes,
Hold on.
sir.
Oh yeah. Wait. Hold on. I thought he was injured.
No, he's been playing.
Cordell Patterson.
Yes, sir.
Maybe I'm thinking of someone else now. Yeah. This is easy. This will be a blowout too.
Yep. Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. I
Yeah.
agree. Next
Yeah.
up, we got Ravens Bears. So I'm gonna I
Please.
gotta talk about it. It's only
Please.
right. I'm
Please.
gonna say if there's any L that I've ever saw that immediately I was relieved for. This isn't the take that you were ready for. You thought I was gonna come in here and shit on my Ravens.
Yeah.
I think I was happy to see this. You know why? Because at the end of the day, when everyone sees this L at the end of the season, that's one to point to. This is the same level of Titans Jets. But we saw how
Yeah.
that game
Yeah.
propelled them forward.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
think been a real problem even before this game. I would say dating 3 weeks back now,
Mm-hmm.
where we have a very hard time coming out in the first half and we
Mm-hmm.
get punched in the mouth, and
Mm-hmm.
then we gotta come back from behind. And don't get me wrong, Lamar has been delivering, and that's why, in my opinion, he's the front runner for MVP right now.
Mm-hmm.
But with that all being said, I think we lost to a, like you said, this is a sneaky team. We were talking about it in the preview, and
Yeah.
then at the end, I think we just jinxed it by saying there's no way they lose it, and then
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
come out and lose it. I
Yeah.
mean, real quick, I'm just gonna say it. I think once again, I think this is gonna be good for us. It needs to be good for us because
Yes,
I
it
was looking at
does.
the schedule from this point forward, and honestly, I think the Ravens got one of the toughest schedules in the league.
Mm-hmm.
We got Rams, we got Packers, and the rest of it is basically divisional games. Besides
Oh,
this
okay.
game against the Bears,
Yeah.
so we need to figure out what we're doing in quick. So
Mm.
I think that'll be a good kick in the ass for everybody involved. Much needed one.
Oh, yeah.
Not proud of it, man. That game sucked. It sucked to watch. We almost had a little comeback again at the end.
Mm-hmm.
But even when we were coming back at the end, I don't know if you saw this. I tweeted, I'm like, I hope we lose because this is the L we need now. Like
Yeah.
you're gonna keep on coming out trying to do this shit every week until it doesn't work. So can't be too mad when you end up having a random L like this. Because yeah, it makes you the laughing stock for a little bit. But it
Yeah.
also really wakes guys up, in my opinion. So I think there's no way we lose to the Bears this week. Like this is my lock of the week. There's no way we lose to the Bears.
I don't think you guys lose to the Bears, but and I think that was I think part of the reason why I was thinking that it was possible they would lose that game is because of the fact you just wasn't that was that overtime or double overtime that y'all went to.
Against, yep, it was overtime.
So and I forgot who y'all played, but you're coming off that game on Sunday, going right into the Thursday game. I mean, it was a
Vikings,
recipe.
yeah.
That was a perfect recipe to lose.
Mhm.
Everything that was involved that could have happened in terms of contributing to a loss. I mean, so
Mhm.
I have another friend that's a Ravens fan, and I told her I thought that you guys were gonna, it was possible you guys would lose. She was like, nah. She's like, shut up, that's not happening.
Yeah, you
It's
called
like
it. You should have made the pick.
I
You
should have
you
made
were
the
this
pick.
close.
I should have made the pick. Yeah. Because it was just a recipe right there. So yeah, I think there's no way that you guys lose this game. I don't think I think Lamar was able to get his jersey retired this over the last week. I think the
Oh man.
emotions of losing and that will probably contribute to him being able to focus and do well. I think this is the time where you guys have to stop playing with that first half, though.
100%.
I think that's
100%.
that's the thing. If you come out doing that, like, hey, I think sky's the limit, honestly. If you can do that,
And there's been things to point to too, as far as drops by Sammy Watkins that could have got us plays that would have kept us in the game. Like
yeah,
there's
yeah,
always stuff that you could point to say, if this went this way, something else would have happened. And I think, like I said, having this L is the one that everyone is going to be pissed off about. They're not gonna want to settle from this point forward.
yeah.
And shout out to the shout out to my boy Lamar, but everybody was roasting him when he was there at that game and getting his jersey. They were saying that he went to the Gucci store, was like, looked at the mannequin, and was like, let me get that right there, bro. Let me get the whole fit. Because my boy was Gucci down to the
bro,
socks.
bro. It's been a while since I've seen something like that.
Yes,
It's been a
sir.
good second.
Yes, sir. That's that. I made it, but it hasn't been too long since I made it money. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying? You
yeah.
gotta
Still
you gotta
trying to play
splurge
it
out a
safe a little
little.
bit.
You gotta
Yeah,
splurge out a
yeah,
little.
yeah. Yeah,
Why
man.
am
I
I
think I
getting
think
audio? Do you hear that?
no,
Okay, good. Sorry about
no,
that.
no, you're good. I think and y'all playing this at home or in Chicago?
No, in Chicago.
Okay. Yeah.
Makes it a little
Again,
trickier, but
yeah. But I think again, it's like it does this is one of those times where it almost doesn't even matter. Chicago. Now, okay. If you lose to Chicago, I think that's the time to start
yeah,
panicking.
for sure. I agree, especially with the games we have coming up. This is the
Yeah.
game that we have to win now, which
Yeah.
sucks that this is that kind of game. But hey, we got Allen Robinson looking questionable with an injury. You got Mooney looking questionable with an injury. I mean, I
Yeah.
hate to be that guy, but I think we should be good in this one.
Yeah, you should be good. You should be good for sure.
All right. So we got Packers at Vikings next. This is gonna be great, man. I'm loving the Vikings. The Vikings are my team of the year this season. I don't care
Yeah.
what anybody says. They've been having so much fun games, dude, and no more than last week. I mean, can
Yeah.
we talk about that a little bit? I
Oh
mean, I
yeah.
was
Yeah.
impressed, dude. I was impressed.
Yeah. I don't know that I can really pick against Minnesota that much anymore.
Mm,
Did I get that one wrong this past week?
yep.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
I'm the
pick.
only one that got it right. I'm
Yeah,
holding my head high on that one.
you should. You should. I'm not picking against them anymore this year. Not that much. I think if I'm not mistaken, I think Aaron Rodgers is questionable. Did
I
I read
didn't
that
know that.
correctly?
I'll check that out. Yeah.
I think he is, or it's a possibility that he might not play.
And you know what that means. Yeah.
Oh, they're losing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's exactly what that means. It's over for him.
Facts.
Yeah,
Devontae Adams also has a shoulder thing going on as well. So I don't see. Oh yeah. It's a toe thing,
it's a
but
total.
I'm sure he didn't practice. But I'm sure he'll play.
He'll probably play. Yeah, yeah. I think even with him playing, I think it's is this in Minnesota?
That is a good question. Yes, it is.
Minnesota's winning
They've
this.
had some problems playing at home though, which I find an interesting little caveat. I think if there's anything to look out for, man, if you could trade for Justin Jefferson, do it. That guy is balling, brother, and it's
Yo,
fun to watch.
if
I think
if
him
you
and Kirk
trade
Cousins have a
away,
legit connection.
if you trade away Justin Jefferson, what the hell?
Yeah,
What the
literally, you're
hell?
bugging. But if you could get them, I know there's some leagues you got somebody's little cousin that's in the league. You know, this is their first
Yeah.
league.
Oh,
Sometimes you got to get those
there.
transactions out the
Yeah.
way. You know.
Yeah. Those I haven't, man. I haven't been in a league like that at all, ever,
You're lucky.
ever.
You're
I
lucky.
wish. I wish I can get one of those where it's a
Because
guy, a kid that just doesn't know what they're doing.
I'm that guy that would be talking shit in the comments. So you're throwing the season question mark. So you really
Yeah.
you want
Yeah.
us all to lose because of
Yeah.
you? Like
Oh,
I'm that guy.
I've made that comment before because someone I forgot this was a couple years back. Someone made one of the dumbest trades I've seen in a long time, basically just giving up like everything. And I can understand because I'm at the point now in one of my leagues where I'm thinking about
Giving up,
I'm
just
thinking
weaving.
I'm in fifth place.
Hmm.
I think I'm 5-5 right now. Like I can't see winning this matchup is coming up this week. So I'm
Mhm.
thinking about going ahead and punting it off and maybe getting like a second or third round pick. Um,
Oh, is that like a
just
dynasty league or something?
no, we just I think yeah actually no it's not a dynasty league. It's we renew every year,
Got you,
and
got you.
you know I've gotten a pick before where I've been able to work for the next season and it works. So I'm
Yeah, for
thinking
sure.
I might go ahead and just do that. Um, but yeah, someone did that one time where it was like there were no picks involved. Like it just seemed like it was like the dumbest thing to do. I
Yo,
forgot.
bro, the most egregious shit I ever saw. There was, and this is my dude since like diapers, bro. I grew up across the hall from this guy, but
Mm,
he got one of his cousins, and I found out it was his cousin. That's why I
uh,
made this meme. This was a fantasy basketball league. And he
uh,
got him to trade him for why was I about to, is his name Gary Harris? No, the I'm sorry, this may sound like a meme right now. The Harris from Denver, what is his name?
oh, I think that is. Hold on. Yeah, you messed me up, bro. I think that is.
Eh,
I think that might be.
Is his name
I think
Gary
it's Gary.
Harris?
I think it's Gary Harris. Yeah, 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 yeah. He's in Orlando now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no. So that's
Yeah.
not who I'm talking about. Who's the one that
No,
stood? The
he's.
guard that stood in Denver. I'm messing up right now, dude. I think we should dedicate like at the end of the season of NFL, we got to
Yeah.
get all the clips from all the things where I'm trying to get you to remember someone's name for me. Like, I'm like, what is this guy's name, bro? But anyway, he tried to get him to trade the one that he had the great postseason in the bubble. Why can I not
Tyler
remember this
Hero.
guy's name? No, he's on Denver. He's still on Denver. Let me pull it up. Their
Hold on.
star guard, dude, the one that everybody.
Oh, you're talking about Jamal Murray.
Yes, Jamal Murray. Why did I
Yeah.
call him Gary Harris? I mean, they were on the same team. But
They're black.
Jamal, hey, no, I'm not gonna stand for this. I knew it. You got my ass on the preview show with that privilege line. You got my ass with that. And now it's because they're black. I know it. I know it.
Oh
Okay.
man,
Yeah, I brought it
I
upon
could
myself. I brought it upon
I couldn't
myself.
help that one, bro.
But he tried to get me to trade him for Miles Turner and Tobias. and then they want to let the trade go through, and he's trying to tell me that this is a fair trade. I'm like, bro, you're punting this season for somebody that you know, and this is a money league. Like I paid money to get in.
Oh hell
Someone's
no.
gonna make money at the end of this, and
Nah.
I'm telling everyone in chat, I'm like, please cancel this trade. Like, please reject this trade, because if at the end of the season I end up losing to this stacked team because of this, I'm gonna be pissed.
Bro, you know what? I know we're going off on a tangent, but
100%. We do that all the time.
yeah. That's the most annoying thing about trades to me. People think that the quantity equals the quality. Mm-hmm. So like if I trade away three players, if I trade away like three lesser players and I get like Joel Embiid back. Like really?
You know, it ain't
Really?
doing shit for you.
No, that's like if I trade if I tell people, if I tell someone, hey, I'll give you Markelle Fultz, I'll give you Kuzma, and I'll even throw in let's say Gary Payton.
Yeah. It's
And I'll
like
give you Joel Embiid.
who the hell am I gonna pick up off the waiver wire to make this work, bro?
Bro, I don't know why people make trades like that, or why they even like, I've had so many people offer me trades like that just in the last month of
Bro,
just
I
like
ain't saying no names. So I had someone in our league try to offer me a trade for homeboy that just tore his meniscus. I'm like, bro, I don't want somebody who just tore his meniscus. Like I know how to read. Like I'm not gonna just allow this to happen, bro.
Yo, I think I got someone like that 1 year though.
I talk my shit too. I don't know if you saw. I wrote that in the comments. I wrote that in the main comment, the comment thread for the entire league. I'm like, so I'm trying to get played right now. That moment when someone tries to trade you an injured player. By the way, I'm glad you're humble. Shout out to you. You're whipping my ass right now. Hey, you had 10 more games than me this week. I expected to lose.
Yeah.
I expected to lose.
Yeah.
But no excuses next week. You know, we'll bounce back.
Hey man. Only thing that matters is that LTS wins the league. That's it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And we looking good. We looking good.
Yeah,
That's all I gotta say.
We're gonna win that league.
You and I are like top 3 in the league. By the way. I don't know if you noticed.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I've been watching.
And Julio's looking strong too. Shout out
Julio,
to
man.
Julio.
Yeah. I think I beat him last week, but no, he beat me.
Yeah, he beat you after I beat him week 1, and I was talking my shit ever since he's been this. If he would have played me every week, he would have beat me every week since.
You know what? No, he didn't beat me. COVID beat me.
Oh, here we go.
Like I've had for the last 2 weeks, I've had like I think like 3 players that have gone into the COVID protocols. Some guys that have like Evan Mobley, for example, like yesterday they officially announced that he'll be out for 2 to 4 weeks for with a elbow sprain or something. I'm like, yo, like week 1 I was like dominating. Now all of a sudden, like my guys are just going out for injuries, random injuries, not even really injuries, just like COVID protocols and stuff like that. Lawyer marketing, yeah, whatever, man, whatever. I'll get over it.
And it's annoying because it's not even enough time to get use out of the people you're picking up. Like you have, like right now, I messed up. I got Jimmy Butler on IR, even though he's playing tonight, because I didn't even realize that I had to make that switch.
Yeah,
but yeah. Either way, I'm punting this week. You could take your win.
Yeah.
But anyway, back on track. Let's get back on track.
Yes, sir.
Vikings Packers at Vikings. What's your pick in this one, man? I really like the Vikings offense. Defense has been stepping up too.
Yeah.
I think the Packers have reason to be worried, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm taking Minnesota. I'm taking Minnesota.
That.
Yeah.
I like that.
I
like that.
Yeah, I'm not picking against them this week.
I'm going with the Packers, but I believe in you. I believe in you. How about that? Next up, Colts at Bills. We don't got to talk much about this one, right? It's the Colts. Wentz's ankles?
I don't know. This is the same issue that I had with that Colts Titans game. I don't know. This is one of those games where it's just like I can see it going either way. Where are they playing though? They in Buffalo?
Yes, sir.
Buffalo needs a win, bro. They need this one.
Bro. What are you talking about?
They're gonna need. No, I'm not saying like they're in jeopardy.
Not right now, but later
they're
on.
Gonna for later on. They need it for later on. So yeah, I think they're back at home. They're gonna do what they need to do to get this. So yeah, I'm choosing Buffalo. which is Buffalo.
Defensively and offensively, they have gotten their shit together, and I think that
Yeah,
means a lot after having that surprising L to the Titans. So
and the Jaguars.
I wasn't even gonna count that because my team just lost to the Dolphins, bro. You gotta slow it down a little. I didn't want to talk too much shit. I gotta be humble this week, bro. So our next matchup, we got another fun one: Lions at Browns. I mean, anything is possible at this stage of the of
Yes,
the
it
of the
is.
Cleveland Browns career. I
Yes,
think that they cut Odell and got better, but it doesn't look like they did
it
in that
doesn't.
last game with the
Yeah,
Patriots.
yeah.
They couldn't get anything going,
Nah,
which I found fascinating, man. I think there's real traction to the fact that Baker still may be hurt and dealing with those issues
yeah,
with his shoulder, and that's just a horrible place for anybody to be injured, but especially a quarterback. So
yeah.
I'm going for a tie in this one.
Going for a tie.
No, I'm joking. I got the Browns. I got the Browns.
Who's the backup QB for
For the
Cleveland?
Browns?
Yeah,
Come on, bro. Catch a Case Keenum. You know
Keenum.
this.
I actually forgot. I really forgot that. Chubb is still out, right?
Yep. Hunt is back though.
Hunt is back. They're playing where?
In Cleveland. Believeland. I love how you're acting like this is a hard choice.
Well, see, here's the thing. This is one of those games I can actually see. I can actually see the Lions pulling an upset. They're not going to. I'm not choosing
Bro,
them to, but I can
bro,
see it.
the
I can
Lions used
I can see it.
every bit of juice they had against
I
that
know.
Steelers team.
No, I know. I know. Which says everything you needed to know about the Steelers. But I could see that actually. Like, hey, look,
They struggling right now.
they got a tie. They got a tie. They didn't. I mean,
They
technically, that's
didn't
still
lose.
that's still losing, but that's not on the record as a loss. So
And shout out Najee Harris, man. My man's like, I didn't even know we could tie, bro. Like, where's Donovan Mitchell at? I knew he was gonna like that because I knew as soon as you heard that, you're like, where McNabb at? We need to get him to.
yeah,
We need to get a symposium started here to tell all these rookies the damn rules
that's
because
the
we
thing.
can't
Like,
have history.
because I don't know how you don't know. Because here's the thing: didn't the Steelers tie last year?
Exactly. That's my thing. Like, do these, with all due respect, I watch sports religiously.
Yeah,
Do these people that play sports not watch? Like, I don't
that's what I'm trying to
understand.
figure out. Because unless you're just like you're working hard for the draft that much, where you're missing games, you're not paying attention to any games for the season. Okay,
But
all
I
right,
find that hard to
but
believe, bro.
I do find that hard to believe because I don't see that happening. Um, yeah, I'm the Lions aren't winning this. I'm choosing the Browns, but I can see where there's a potential for an upset.
Am I the only one that thinks that they have the dumbest mascot in the NFL though?
Who?
The Browns.
Oh yeah, that is that I yeah that is a weird mascot.
You know why I asked you that?
Why?
Because you're a Celtics fan and it's the same fucking mascot, bro. Get your shit together.
No. You talking about they have a bulldog, right? Do
No,
they
it's
have a
that
dog?
little dude, bro. You know that little dude? You don't know the little Browns dude I'm talking about? Little Brownie?
No, no. I thought
Okay.
I thought they had a dog.
Nah, man. I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you.
No,
The
I
little
think
brownie dude.
I know I didn't know about I didn't know I because I've seen a dog on the sideline, so I just figured that was their mascot.
Oh no, maybe that was another team's mascot, dude. This is the dumbest. I'm gonna send it to you right now over email. This is the stupidest mascot ever, and it looks just like the Celtics little Irish dude. So
Nah, don't compare. Don't compare.
it's
We got
only right.
17 of them things, man.
I love it. I love it. That's me as a Yankees fan. Literally, people start talking shit to me on the middle of the street. I'm like, bro, 27, bro.
Yeah,
There's no other
yeah,
team that's close, bro.
yeah. So hey, look,
Brownie the Elf is his name, and he
I
looks
need the elf.
ridiculous. He looks ridiculous. Anyway,
That's hilarious.
Washington football team at Panthers. Can we talk about how nobody should have signed Cam Newton? Can we talk? We talk about this. I hate that they won
Bro,
this game because now everyone's like, "Wow, you see, Cam is
Oh,
back. He's
but this is
goated.
exactly what I was talking about last week. This is exactly what I was talking about this last week. He's not washed. He's not a scrub. He can still play in this league. He can still play in this league.
Bro.
He can still play, bro.
He had 8 passing yards, bro.
He's into a new system right now.
I love your enthusiasm.
Look. Cam Newton, and I know they said that he'll have the opportunity to compete for the spot next year. That's his team, bro. Sam Darnold is done. Unless they decide to go trade for someone or they try to throw their ring in the hat for like Russell Wilson, that's never happening.
Yeah.
Unless
Bro, ESPN has, sorry to interrupt, ESPN has Matt Barkley listed as the number 2. Your boy.
Are you gonna roll? You're not rolling the dice on Matt Barkley, so like
hell no. It makes sense though. Like you said, it's an executive move. It's a move to make the fans still show up.
It is. And
I love the touchdown. I'm back. I love all of it. I just don't think he's the answer for anybody. I think if he's the guy you're signing, it just speaks to how bad of a position you're in. And then
I don't think so. I don't think so because I think he's still. I mean, look, he went on I Am Athlete. Was that in the off season? I think right before the season started.
Yeah, before he got cut, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. He said there's not 32 guys better than him, and to be completely honest, there's not 32 guys you're choosing over Cam Newton. I don't care where you have him on that list, but you're not choosing 32 over him. You're not. You
cannot be a starting quarterback and go 3 for 4 for 8 yards. You can't do that.
That's 75% passing.
I respect it. You're right. You're right. He's goated.
Hey, look, if we could do this stuff for like Blake Bortles when he was balling or like if we could do stuff for these random guys like that, hey, Cam gets that respect, bro.
I respect it.
I think if anything, I think this was a slick PR move, but it was a good one. It was
the one he was asking for, 100%.
Yes.
I almost to the team. We kind of called that. Like we were here, like they're the team that needs to do it, and then they did it.
They need to do it, and it made sense because of the fact that Sam Darnold is Sam Darnold. Like, I actually thought for a second, hey, this may have just been him going to the Jets as to why he looked like this. Mm-hmm. No. This is who he is. And he might get better. You never know. He might get better. But right now, this is what he is. And
I'll tell you what, he ain't getting better as watching Cam Newton as the number 1. He ain't getting better like that. I'm just saying.
Well, look.
Get him to be the backup in Minnesota or something like that. Maybe he'll get better then. But with a guy like Cam Newton in front of you, you're not learning shit.
Well, he's not the same type of player.
Run?
He's not the same type of player. Yeah. So yeah, I would agree with that. But Cam makes that team exciting. And Robbie Anderson, did he not get a touchdown?
I hate you, bro.
Do you know how
we've been asking for a Robbie Anderson touchdown.
I respect that. I gave up on Robbie Anderson in fantasy, bro. I dropped him. I dropped him like a month ago because I was like, I can't do this anymore. And then as soon as Cam gets there, they like he's granted it was small. It's a small sample size, but I think we'll see more. I think this will build into the next season. I'm not predicting the Panthers to go to the Super Bowl next year or anything like that.
I think you, me, and Dwayne could have showed up against that Arizona team and caught a dub. I think that was the best.
Oh, I would have ran
week
like
1
crazy.
situation.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
We would have won that one for sure.
And I'm telling you, bro, this week against the Washington football team that just looked pretty damn good against the Bucs, might I add. I should have pulled the trigger on that one too, because I was the only one saying like, this is the matchup that gives the Bucks the nightmare, and they
Mhm.
literally came through again.
They lost Chase
So
Young though.
I mean, the way he's been playing this season, it only matters in the run, which is surprising.
Yeah, yeah.
But and obviously in this game, that's where you're gonna hurt the most. So you might be right. You might be right. I think I'm going Washington this one just to stick by my point. And don't get me wrong, I love Cam the man. Like
Yeah,
anytime we can hear that killer Cam, like yeah, I love it. I love
yeah,
all of
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But if there's anything I gotta say before we move on, it's just listen. I'm all for self-expression. Do what you got to do. Fix those dreads, bro. Fix those dreads.
Hey, look. You know why I like him? He found a way to do a hat that looks pretty interesting with him.
Wow.
Put a hole in the top and got him
Yes,
sticking through the
sir.
top.
Yes, sir.
I've never seen anyone else do that.
Bro.
I've never seen anyone else go that route.
Shout out to Apex Legends. Do you play Apex?
Nah.
There's a character that looks just like Cam Newton. I'm gonna send it to you. And
Really?
it's not because he's black. It's because he has the dreads, and it's because he puts his hair through his dreads through the hat, bro. It's legendary.
Hey man, I love it. I love it. I love it. I think realistically though, I think Cam is just going to be the guy that he should have never left.
Yeah,
for sure. Should have never left. So I think this is just vindication for him. I'm glad for him. So happy he was able to at least go back
to a team.
Yeah, yeah. He needed to be back in the league, and this is a good start. It's a good foundation to build off of. I think facing Washington this week, that's just more time for him to get reps in. Who knows? Who knows what happens toward the end of the season?
So, are you all in on the Panthers' run now that they have Cam Newton? I respect.
I am.
I respect.
I am.
I respect
because he brings in that spark. Look, the Panthers had a different type of energy all week last week. After when he signed, when like the moment he stepped foot on that property, they just had a different buzz about them. And you could tell between the time he signed till the moment they won, it was just a press conference after the win, it was just different. And I like there's something to be said when you can galvanize your guys like that. And I don't care that this is the Cardinals without Kyler Murray or DeAndre Hopkins. I don't care. I don't care that they don't have JJ Watt. I don't care. They still had everyone else for the most part. So
you take your W's or you can get them.
You take your W's, you can get them. And I'm be completely honest. I think I'm in. I'm in. Whether I'm right or wrong, I'm in on the push.
I like it.
Let's see what they can do.
I like it. If there's anything you are not, it's someone that doesn't stand by their guns, and I appreciate that. So with that being said, we got a pretty simple one. Let's be real. I was gonna try to do the whole bit again. Texans at Titans. We just calling up Dwayne for this one. That's all we got to do.
Nah, I'm picking Texans.
No way. No way.
There's no way in hell.
Oh man, I would have loved that.
There's no way in hell. There's no way in hell.
My boy Mr. Mills is gonna come in and do his thing.
Where are they playing, by the way?
In Tennessee.
I think AJ Brown is gonna just do his thing.
Yes, sir.
He's gonna have to do his thing.
That's all we gotta say.
Yeah.
Niners Jaguars. This is sneaky. This is a sneaky one.
How sneaky?
In real sneaky. You know why?
Why?
Because to beat the Jaguars, how many points do you have to score? 24.
Okay. Let's see where you go.
Yeah, man. I'm going with the Niners here, but just think about it. That's all I gotta just think about it a little, you know?
Well, to be completely honest, I was actually a little surprised at how they did the Rams.
100%, really surprised. Rams shit the bed though, 100%.
They did, but
and they still almost had a chance to come back.
They did, they did, but I mean, San Fran did their thing too. They just did
Their
their
running
thing.
game, their
Yeah,
running game's
yeah,
good.
yeah. I don't see them losing this. I don't see them losing this. But again, I didn't see the Bills losing to the Jags. So
Or the Ravens losing to the
or
Dolphins.
yeah, or the Titans losing to the
Pandemonium.
Jets. Like this is just a weird year.
I feel like there's always that though, like teams that are cooking
Yeah,
against
yeah, yeah.
everyone else, and then they lose to
Yeah,
the worst team. You got to get your
yeah.
dub somewhere, man. We always say that.
For sure, for sure. But yeah, I'm choosing San Francisco in this one.
Cool.
Yeah.
Dolphins at Jets up next. The Mike White experience has been on a downcline. Everyone's upset. Everyone's sad that Mike White has been brought back to earth. I'm
Yeah.
just tired of the Jets storylines, man.
Well,
I'm
well,
tired of it.
they're starting Flacco.
I'm picking the Jets. You
They're,
serious?
they're starting Flacco.
They're starting the GOAT.
Yeah.
They're starting the GOAT.
They're
Let's
starting Flacco, bro. They're
go.
starting Flacco. So yeah, I'm taking the
Holy
Jets in this.
shit. Holy shit. Man,
Yeah.
if Flacco lights it up, bro.
I mean, look, he
If
looked good
Flacco lights it
preseason.
up this week, I'm saying it right now. Lamar should still be on the bench. I'm saying it right now. Lamar should still
Are
be
you
on the
being
bench.
serious or are you joking?
No, bro. Come
Oh,
on,
okay.
man.
I just had to make sure, man, because hey, I can't put anything above anybody, man, at this point.
a delusional. That's a delusional Ravens fan take
Yeah.
right there. A
Yeah, yeah,
thousand
yeah.
percent.
Yeah.
Thousand
Okay.
percent.
All right. Where are they playing though?
In Meadowlands.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Bro, how that's another thing that it gets me pissed off.
I
That
don't know.
everyone that nobody talks about. How the hell do you claim to be a New York team and you play in New Jersey? The only team that plays in New York is Buffalo.
I don't get it. And the Jets and Giants.
So
I
dumb.
just
Like,
I don't get it, man. I
bro, I'm
don't.
from the Bronx. Like, let me get this straight. When people come to the Bronx and try to say that they're from New York and they're from Jersey, do you know what happens? Like, this is not equivocal. These are two different things, bro.
Hey, bro.
That's it.
I was born in Newark, New Jersey, and I will all
Oh
I will
shit.
never ever
Go
slam
back.
New Jersey.
Oh, I thought you said, bro, have you ever been to the Prudential Center?
No, I haven't.
I actually went
I
to see
haven't.
a UFC. I was able to meet Cormier in person at the Prudential Center.
Really?
Yeah, I saw him. I saw him in the hallway at the hotel, and almost like lost my shit. Like I didn't know. I didn't even know how to talk to him, but like I did the whole like, yo, like from across the room thing, and I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
beat John Jones' ass, bro. And
yeah.
he's like, yes, sir. Like he was all. It was him, Brian Stan, a couple other dudes, bro.
Man,
If you want to see the absolute, and I'm sorry, once again, shout out Newark, New Jersey, but
yeah.
if you want to see the absolute bottom of the barrel of society, you go outside right next to the Prudential Center at 8 p.m. and it is worse than Fordham Road, bro. It is an entirely different level of just crustaceans. But I'll
Hey,
leave it
man.
at that.
I'll say like this. My grandfather asked me if I would move back up there. He asked me this like I want to say like 4 or 5 years ago.
Mhm.
I told him I would never, ever move to Jersey.
I'm so glad.
Ever. The potholes alone have pissed me off.
Yes,
I,
sir.
I was I actually met up with my brother. I drove up there one time and met up with him at his barbershop. And he drove me. He was like, just follow me. We're gonna go back. We go to grandpa's house. All right, cool. After my car, I'm riding behind him. He's on his motorcycle, right? He's just dodging all these potholes. I'm hitting
Real
every
smooth.
single one, bro. I swear on everything. I thought my car was done. I hit like every single one, unless there was no car coming. Oh my god, yeah, I will
You can't
never.
avoid them. You
You
can't
can't.
avoid them.
No, because you even if you see them, it's just like it's just
It's
it's just is what it is. Like you just gotta live
it's
with it.
it's either too late or it's literally the size, like your whole tire will
Yeah.
be in there and
Yes.
you will be hitting the gas and it'll be just going. Like that's how bad those potholes are.
Yeah. I don't know what kind of tar they use in New Jersey, but I'm pissed.
It's trash.
I will
It's trash.
not. I will. I don't know that I'll drive my car in Jersey again. But I love Jersey at the same time. It's one of those places that you just gotta love him. I don't know. There's something about it. Something about it.
Bro, I'm just saying, if you go into the Prudential Center, you better have your lighter already. Because if you
Bro,
trying to go back outside to get a lighter, like
oh
it's
no,
over, bro.
oh
It's over.
look.
I know, because it happened to me, bro. I got these. I'm gonna let me be a little modest. I have these marijuana cigarettes, and I'm
uh-huh,
waiting. I'm
uh-huh.
waiting for my time, and I'm literally going around searching for a lighter, bro. The amount of freaks and geeks, the amount of people offering their own lighters. Some
Yeah.
guy just gave me his lighter, and of course, it was modified to have the extra height
Yeah.
that all
Oh
crackheads
yeah. Yeah.
that all crackheads need. So I'm telling you, man, if that experience didn't tell me everything I needed about to know about Jersey, then I don't know what will. Next up, next up. Oh man, a game that we can actually not care about. Saints Eagles in Philadelphia.
Hey, hold up. Hold on.
Are we doing this again?
I'm back, bro. Hey, you know what? Because I'm superstitious, this is where I've actually seen the correlation. What is the change you see in my room?
The helmet ain't spinning.
That helmet ain't spinning. It's not spun in the last 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And they've gone on a nice run in the last 3 weeks. I think they're 2-3 out of the last 3 weeks. You know what?
Two
They
and one.
decide
I mean,
two. I'm sorry, you're 2-1. I'm sorry, but I'm excited. You see what they've done is different though. They've been running the ball.
no, you know what I think it is? It's the sadness hedge. 2 weeks in a row, you pick against them. 2 weeks in a row, they come out on top.
It's the running, bro. I swear on everything.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing, though, I'm kind of concerned about because last year when Miles Sanders sat some time out, they started running the ball and being real effective with it. He goes out this year, and the entire time he was in, they barely ran the ball.
Same thing.
Since he goes back out, now the running game is like full steam. If I'm not mistaken, I think the Eagles either lead the league in rushing in the last couple of weeks, or they're one of the top teams in rushing in the last couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So this is my concern. Okay, Miles Sanders is coming back. They're saying Nick Sirianni already said that if all goes well over the next couple of days, he's going to be playing and he's going to start. So I don't want to say this is Sanders. I don't want to say this is his issue. I want to say this is just purely coincidental. And I want to see that that's the correct thing this week when they run the ball and they do the right thing, right? I'm riding with the Eagles on this one. I'm choosing them on this one. Okay. Not just because of the run game, but Jalen Hurts has actually stood in the pocket. Like like over the last couple of weeks, he's actually been improving in his passing game. And before that, all we saw was him bailing out the pocket, going running out, and I mean he'll get a couple yards, that's it, or he might run out of bounds, whatever. Might not even complete a pass, right? But the last couple of weeks, when he's been in the pocket and the pocket has somewhat collapsed, he'll stand up, he'll stand straight, boom, throw it. Like what I saw with him and Smith, Devontae Smith,
Yep.
this past week, bro,
Cooking
bro, the improvement is there. The improvement is there
against a good team as well.
against a really good team. Look, I'm not saying the Eagles are going to win the Super Bowl.
You did say that earlier, but
I before the season started, I did, but once we went into week 2, week 3, that's when I said I'm done. They're not going to Super Bowl. But they continued playing like this, and this also came after Nick Sirianni's wild analogy about being a plant and growing. He watering the plants and stuff, some weird stuff. Okay, I don't know where he was going with that.
microdosing Sirianni.
But but since that speech, they've been cooking. They've been cooking. And the team looks mad confident. My issue has been play calling, and play calling has been getting better. So I'm choosing them this week. I'm choosing them. I don't see how we lose against Trevor Siemian. I'm sorry. I don't see that. I don't see that.
Bro, have you been watching the Saints play?
I don't care.
Okay. I
I
love
do
it. I
not
love
care.
it.
I don't care. The way Darius Slay has been looking, and the way that defensive line has been looking, like, I'm willing. I'm cautious. I'm cautious. I'm gonna take this week by week. But they may have actually convinced me to have optimism with this season, and I'm cautiously optimistic about what I'm seeing. I think the Eagles win the game.
I like it. I like it. Because all that it does is make sure that next week I'm in the lead in picks. That's all it does for me. I think, especially last week, even though they came away on the wrong end of it, I think this Saints team is looking better than they even looked when they had Winston. Crazy times in today's NFL, but I
That's a
like it.
weird thing to
If
say.
there's anything we have seen, is that when my boy Derrick is hyped, we have better episodes, bro. So
Hey,
let's
man.
go. Let's go. Let's go. I like
Hey,
it.
hey. I look. If I'm wrong with this, I'm wrong with this. I'm gonna go down with the ship. Okay. I
I
will.
like it.
I'm going down with the ship. If we're gonna go down, we're gonna go down. Hey, I'm committed. This is my
I
team.
like it.
This is
I
my
like it.
team. I'm gonna stand beside them.
I like it. You're the same dude still hanging with Tatum too. So it all makes sense, you
Hey,
know.
hey. Oh, whoa. Wait, hey, man. He's been in a shooting slump, but I think he'll get out. He'll be good. I'm not worried about it. It's a
Yes,
long
sir.
season. It's
He
a
got the
long
clutch
season.
scene. I know he does. I know he
Yeah,
does. Everyone
yeah,
talks about it.
yeah. I mean, the ball change is different, so he might get acclimated to the ball. Hey.
There's always a reason. There's always a reason. You got to point to something. I love it. I love it. Next up, Bengals at Raiders. Man, we're gonna get to talk about the Chiefs in a second, but I've been counting on these Chiefs to come back at some point, and they did it last week, man. They did it in a big way. Did you watch that game? Did you care at all? And what do
I
you
didn't
think about the
care.
Raiders coming out of it?
I don't. They played the Raiders, right?
Yeah,
I don't care.
bro. What happened
I
to
got.
them being galvanized? Them
Yo,
all coming up for their
I don't
boy Henry
care. I
Ruggs.
don't care. I
Oh,
no. Oh yeah, I did say that. I did say that. But I'm saying in terms of this meaning to be something for the Chiefs. I don't care. I was wrong about the Raiders. Okay, I was wrong. I don't care. But I don't think this. I need to see this. I need to see that against an actual team. I need to see that against a team that's going to actually like.
We get a chance this week. I don't know if you know. We get a chance to find that out. We'll get to that in a second.
Yeah, yeah. I'm ready for it, man. I'm not. I don't believe in the Chiefs like that. But you
Nice.
said it's the Raiders versus who again?
Bengals at Raiders.
Bengals at Raiders.
Shout out my boy Logic.
Yeah, shout out Logic. I'm going with the Bengals on this one.
Hey, I like it. I like it. I'm going with the Bengals as well.
Yeah.
I think that since day one, the Raiders are kind of stuck in this position. I think no matter what, as long as Carr is your quarterback, you're gonna always end up having these streaks where 3 weeks
Yeah.
you look like the best team in the NFL, and then 3 weeks you look like absolute garbage.
Bro, they were one of the last undefeated teams, right?
Exactly. Exactly. And we were talking about it like, oh, is there a chance that they potentially, and
Yeah.
not at all.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't know. What is this guy's name again?
Ooh.
Give me a second. I gotta Google it again.
Okay.
Shout out my boy Roger from American Dad, just doing his thing
Oh
out
yeah.
there. Just doing his thing out there in Vegas. Next up, the game that you've been waiting for since the Chiefs got their first win. Cowboys at Chiefs. This is my game of the week right here. Like this is great stuff. This is great theater.
Yeah. I mean, this is at Chiefs, right?
Yep. Cowboys looking good last week. I
They
don't
were,
know.
they were. Who they play again though?
The Falcons.
Yeah, thank you.
It's hard not to do that.
Look, we look like we were a Super Bowl team week one, so that doesn't even mean
Yep.
anything to me. So I don't care. The Falcons make everybody look good. Um, I'm gonna go with the Chiefs.
I
I'm
like it.
gonna go with the Chiefs. I think this is gonna be one of those high scoring games, but I'm gonna go with the Chiefs with this one. I think that it's very possible that they could pull this out, being at home. I think it's very.
Man, what happened? I want to see them against a good team, bro. I thought you was gonna give me another one. I thought you was about to give me some more
Hey,
points.
look. I mean, coming off last week, it's very possible they can pull this off. I'm gonna roll with them. I'm gonna roll with them.
I like it.
Okay.
I like it. I
Yeah,
am too,
it's not like the Cowboys are gonna like go undefeated the rest of the season. So yeah,
for sure. But I think this could be a real shootout here. And I think if
I think yeah.
The Cowboys come up with a blowout in this one, I think everyone is on the Chiefs are done bandwagon, 100%.
How could you not be? I think Patrick Mahomes would be on that bandwagon.
No way, dude. No way. They're a good team, bro. They're a good team.
No,
I'm telling you.
he would be on that bandwagon because of his brother. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah, man. I like
Cancel
it.
that.
I like
Cancel
it.
that account.
Cancel it ASAP.
Cancel
ASAP.
it.
Take his wife, sell her. I don't give a fuck. Do something.
Something's got to happen, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But this is game of the week. Make sure you tune in for this one. I'm serious about
it's
that.
gonna be a
This is
high
gonna be
power,
fun.
high
Start
octane.
CD Lamb.
Yeah.
Start Cooper. Everyone.
Yeah.
It's gonna be Dak and friends in this one, in my opinion. But I'm going with the Chiefs still too. I think even though they can't stop, they're like a leaky faucet. Like they can't stop anything, bro.
Yeah.
They did a better job last week though, which is encouraging to see. I think Tyrann Mathieu, even though he's on a terrible defense, is one of my favorite defensive players. And I know that may be hard to believe, but I think that guy does so much on the front end and back end of the defense, which is very hard to find in safeties. I mean, I don't know, it's just Ed Reed stuff. But either way, yeah, I'm going with the good old Chiefs here as well. Let's go. Next up, we got Cardinals Seahawks. Another sneaky fun one, man. The Seahawks and the Packers had one of the worst games I've watched all season this year. I literally was pissed off that I was getting notifications on Red Zone from them. I was like, leave that game alone, bro. I don't even want to hear
Can
that
you
game
imagine
anymore.
if you bought a ticket to that game?
Holy man. I mean, if you love defense, that's your game right there. Like I know those guys with the defense, like the actual fence, like they got their money's worth for sure.
Yeah. No, and I love seeing the defense play well. I'm not one of those guys that likes watching just offense go off. I don't like that. I like seeing a well balanced game.
Exactly. And when you get both, it's even better.
Yeah, when you get both playing at high levels, it's amazing. But you expect, even with being even if you enjoy defense like that, you expect when you see Aaron Rodgers and Russell Wilson on that field, you expect it to be something spectacular.
For sure.
That was not it.
For sure. And I'm sure there was a lot of fans that came and they were like, this is my game of the season. Like I'm coming to watch this game because it's gonna be great. And then it was just dud.
I know there was someone that bought tickets for somebody for their birthday for this game. And they lost their mind when they opened that envelope to see those tickets and was just like, oh my God. And
this is gonna be great.
And you go and see that.
Literally. RIP.
Hey man, sorry for you.
literally. But I don't know, man. I'm thinking the Cardinals bounce back. I don't like at all how Russell looks. And it's not even just a revisionist history because he had a bad game thing. I think there was a lot of times where you see him really protecting himself in a way that, in my opinion, is really detrimental to the way he plays. Like that, I would almost rather, if you're at that stage, that you still stay out because you can't be yourself. You can't be yourself, and that's a big part of what makes Russ Russ. Like when he's rolling out of the pocket and doing his thing, that's when he's the most dangerous. So I don't know.
Yeah.
But I'm going with the Cardinals in this one. I think Murray should be back, right?
Murray should be back, and I think Hopkins should be back. So I'm rolling with the Cardinals.
Yes, sir. It makes sense, but
Yeah.
it could be a sneaky fun divisional game. You know,
Oh,
once
yeah,
again,
it could. Yeah. Yeah.
still my favorite for one of the best divisions in the league besides the
Yeah.
AFC North.
Yeah. But if Wilson is not playing like Wilson, I can't bank on that being a win for the Seahawks. I just can't.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. Especially against the way this Cardinals team has been playing when they're healthy.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
who knows? Maybe that Packers game was just the come to earth moment for them, and then from this point forward, we won't see them get back to that level.
It's
It's
possible.
possible, yeah,
It's
it's
possible.
possible.
Yeah.
But all right, we got two more left. This is the stat that I wanted to get to you. So we got
Yeah.
Steelers versus Chargers coming up next. The stat that my boy Logic, shout out my boy Logic once again, gave to me is that the Lions have not beat the Steelers since when? Can I get a guess from you?
The Steelers. Let me say early 2000.
I'm gonna give you one more try. Is that your final answer?
I can't imagine it's the 90s, but I mean it's a Lions. So let me switch it to the 90s.
Okay, are you ready?
Yeah.
The Lions have not beat the Steelers in Pittsburgh. Sorry, I forgot to mention that.
Oh, in Pittsburgh. Okay.
Since 1955.
Jesus.
That's
Oh, that's
insane.
older than my parents.
That is insane. Yeah, yeah.
You said 55.
55, brother. Like we said earlier, man, I think the fact that they had that tie game against that Lions team,
Yeah,
they're the worst 5-win team in the NFL, right? They have to be.
They have to be. Have to be. That says a lot about the Steelers. I'm sorry. To tie with them. That's why like I even said like if we lost to the Lions a couple weeks ago, I was like
yeah,
that and beating them only means you're just a little bit better than them. That's how I thought about it, right?
mm-hmm.
You tie them.
Yeah, no, crazy.
I don't know who that's I don't know. Like that's their win. Like honestly, that's the Lions win. So Jesus, that's weird. 55.
Super weird, dude. Yeah, there's not any team that you're gonna hear some numbers like that from.
Nah,
Shout
that's
out to the
almost
Lions
impressive.
for being historically garbage, for making us think, Stafford gets on a great team and then he's gonna do great, and even him, we're like,
oh, I mean, and you have Megatron too. You had him.
Exactly, and also one of the most interesting as far as players cutting their careers short. I really love that. I love that he did that. Because there's so many receivers that, for example, I'm looking at you, Julio Jones, that keep on going and keep on going, and eventually it's like, dude, we're gonna have to get you out of here on a fucking walker in 3 years, bro.
Bro, I think the last time we saw Julio was against the Eagles. When we went to the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the last time we really saw Julio be Julio.
And he always starts the season off strong, but he didn't even do that this year, which I found super surprising.
Yeah, yeah.
But I don't know. I'm going with the Chargers in this one. After taking that L against the Vikings, I think they're gonna come out ready to go. And my boy, pound for pound, Austin Eckler is about to have the game of his life.
This is Chargers going against the Lions.
Steelers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And
Chargers too.
Chargers too. Because TJ Watt is out. I think, from what I understand, I think he's out week to week at this point. But even if he's playing, I don't see how. I don't see how they lose. The Chargers lose this game
for sure. So next up, we got Brady's second nemesis. We got the Giants at the Bucks. There's no way they lose two in a row, right?
Never say never, bro. Never say never. The Giants are a weird team.
They're an explosive team.
Yeah, they've won some games. They won some games I didn't expect them to win.
I will give them that.
They're not winning this game. I'm not going to choose them to win this game, but that'd be interesting. I'll tell you that.
Yes,
that'd be very interesting if they won that one. But they're playing. They're playing in Tampa.
Yeah.
Well, hold up. I'm not going to change my pick, but the Bucks have been a different team without Antonio Brown.
100%,
They have
which I
they
find
are
so surprising.
they are different. Like they're vulnerable without Antonio Brown, and that's weird. I mean, not entirely weird, but you think about all the players that they have on the team, right? You have Godwin, you have Evans, you have Gronk, you have Fournette. Like with these guys, you should still be able to be top notch without Antonio
Mm-hmm.
Brown.
Man, I've been the weirdest like Mike Evans supporter. Like I swear I draft him every year in fantasy because I think this year is gonna be the year.
Yeah, yeah,
And there he has weeks where he does great, but I don't understand what the disconnect is. Like I swear he passes the eye test. Like the dude looks like a great receiver.
yeah,
And always ends up either lacking in targets or not making the most of them, which I find so he's in my opinion, he's the hardest player for myself to judge. Like out of
yeah,
anyone,
yeah.
the fact that he hasn't had a much better career doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, you're in the best situation possible
Yeah.
and
I
still
mean,
slacking.
yeah, I mean, but he's had what, three consecutive 1,000 yard seasons, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe so, but
So
his potential
statistically,
screams wide receiver one, and he's
right,
never
right,
been a
right,
wide receiver one.
right, right. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but I'll put it like this. I think without Antonio Brown, the Bucks are vulnerable, and they can be got.
Mm-hmm.
They
I
can be
agree.
got. If I'm not mistaken, I think they're 5-0 with Antonio
Mm-hmm.
playing,
Just crazy.
which is like, yeah.
It's
So
the blonde mustache, dude. I remember the first time I saw a video. I'm like, did this dude just eat some milk? Or like, did
yeah,
he just drink some milk or some shit? Like, am I
that
missing something?
I
They're
thought
like,
he
no,
was
he just
joking at
dyed it.
first. Yeah, I thought he was joking at first. I thought, oh, hey, okay, he's doing this for a specific reason
Crazy.
outside of just being
I
him.
think he's as close as it gets to like, if there's anyone that I could see on a Rodman arc, it's Antonio Brown, bro. 5 years from now, Antonio Brown in North Korea talking about women's rights. Book it.
Bro, I'm gonna be completely honest.
Book it.
Isn't is it is it weird to think about Antonio Brown being one of the better receivers that Tom Brady has had? Is that weird?
One of the better. He cannot be the best, bro.
Not okay. All right. I'm not saying he's definitely not better than Moss.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm not
100%.
I don't want anyone to think I'm going that route. I don't and even Gronk. I mean, if you
He's not even a
no,
receiver, but we'll do
no, he's
that.
not even a receiver, but yeah. But if you want to just look at just wide receivers that he's had, are you willing to say he's one of the better ones that he's had?
I think I would still pick Edelman over him, and I'm not a lot of
And
people on that
I'm not
train,
mad at that. I
but I
understand that's
like
why
that.
he's,
You're
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
They
If
got
he's
something going on together. I think
they
that
do,
matters.
which and is different. It's different in that Brown is a better player when he's with Tom Brady.
Mm-hmm.
Like I mean, he's had Ben Roethlisberger. He had Derek Carr for what, a week.
Literally,
I mean, and that was probably with a week that Derek Carr looked like MVP level, right? So
literally,
it's like Brown is
it's
just a better
definitely been
player.
his best situation.
It's his best situation. Yeah, yeah. So I don't know. I think Brown, depending on how the rest of his career goes, is it possible he extends Tom Brady's career?
Hmm. I think you got to point more so to the juggernaut of a team that they have,
Mm-hmm.
but I agree. I think there's a real selling point on their chemistry and what it brings to the team.
Yeah.
But I think you that's one of those stats that you got to look beyond, because
Yeah,
even
you
in that
can't look at it.
Washington
You can't look at
game,
it with the numbers.
they shouldn't have lost. Yeah, they shouldn't
Yeah,
have lost. But
yeah,
sometimes you just have those games. So
yeah,
weird situations, bro. But
yeah.
I see where you're going with it. I like it. I like it
It's just an interesting thought. That's
for
all.
sure.
But yeah, they're not losing against the Giants. And
Speaking of,
if they do, Jesus.
I have two more interesting thoughts that I just remembered that I entirely allowed to pass us, and then
Yeah,
we could wrap up.
yeah.
So first of all, I told you you got a text from me this week. Can you tell the people what I told you I was gonna come on the show and do?
Oh yeah, yeah. You said you were going after my boy.
I'm coming here to air out your boy. And do you know who I am talking about?
I thought you were talking about Dwayne.
Oh yes, you are wrong entirely. I
Okay,
figured
all
you
right.
would think that.
Yeah.
I gotta take you to. I gotta take you to. It was a cold. It's a cold night out there in Kansas City,
Mm-hmm.
and there was a fresh wide receiver that plays for the Las Vegas Raiders, and he showed up thinking he was gonna make an impact on the game. Did you see this play? Please tell me. Oh my goodness. He gets a pass, which in any circumstance is going to be for positive yardage.
Bro.
He just immediately starts. This is how I play Madden, by the way. Like that's me playing Madden,
Yeah.
bro. Like I'm hitting the spin stick. I'm hitting everything at once. Like
Yeah.
the defenders are coming and I'm on that. I'm on that right stick going crazy. That was Deshaun Jackson. And you've had the ugliest fumble of the season. That's our fail of the week right there, man. What was that?
Let me ask you this. Is that one of the worst fumbles you've seen since the butt fumble?
Dude, you know what's the funniest part about it? I don't even think the butt fumble was a bad fumble. Like I thought that was just a terrible moment.
It was a horrible fumble
from Mark Sanchez, but it wasn't a bad. That right there was the most egregious shit I have seen, bro. And Lamar, don't get me wrong, like Lamar Jackson has had some bad fumbles this season where I'm like, how did that even come out of your hands?
Yeah.
But that, like, bro, like that is literal Madden shit right there.
I mean,
like,
he had it. He had it.
Bro, he had 20 yards
he had
automatically.
It. I mean, I don't know what was going through his mind. Apparently this is one of those games that was like really emotional for him too, because his very first game ever, like going to an actual game as a kid, was Raiders versus Chiefs.
That's crazy. I didn't know
so that. Yeah, I think he wanted to show out and have that because every team he's been on, he's had a big play. Like every single team he's been on, he's had that huge play.
For sure.
I think he got overzealous on this one, man. I don't know what all that was, because that's not what he does. He doesn't do that.
Exactly.
He doesn't do that. I've never seen him do that.
That's why it blew mine that much. It was so funny because you was, with all due respect, I have to hold you accountable, bro. You was here like, nah, you don't understand. Like this is why. That's the reason why they're gonna want to come back and correct it. They got my boy Deshaun Jackson, Action Jackson is back, and then he does that, bro. I was literally in tears when I saw that play.
I look, I didn't watch the game live. Okay.
Me neither.
I
watched the fourth quarter actually, but that's about it.
Yo, I heard it was like some weird thing, but I didn't even know what I was going to watch before I hit play. I just saw, I was like, oh, he had a big play. So I looked, because I love seeing his plays. I was confused because I had to watch that like 2 or 3 times because I didn't know what happened. I didn't get that. Yo.
And my thing is, you fumbled before contact. Like
that's the weird thing about it. It's
it's like negative yak. Like it's the opposite of yak. Like
I don't know what happened. I don't know what went wrong. Are you in the Marvel? Did you watch the WandaVision series?
No, I haven't.
Okay. Have you seen this whole stuff, all the stuff with like Agatha and all that stuff? Have you seen that montage at least?
Are you talking about for the Eternals?
No, not for Eternals.
Okay, yeah, no,
WandaVision is a show on Disney Plus.
No, I haven't seen it.
Okay. Well, this might go over your head, but seeing that fumble was it brought me back to that where it was like it was Agatha all along. And you have to please go watch the montage. You don't have to, you don't, I mean, you watch a series. I just think you should watch a series. But in order to understand what I'm talking about, like just Google, like it was Agatha all along. It's a whole montage of things that are going bad because of her. Like we didn't realize that she was in the background the entire time, like making things happen and all like casting a spell.
That's
and oh boom,
hilarious.
this happened. That's exactly what happened. It was Agatha was messed up at Deshaun. I don't. There's no other explanation. I have no other explanation. Agatha is the
It's such
only
an easy
logical thing
play.
because
It's
I
such
don't.
an easy play.
He was right there.
It's such an easy
He was
play,
right,
bro.
bro. Nobody was in front of him.
Literally, bro. That is me. That is me playing street football and doing
Yeah, yeah.
the whole and I'm quarterback and I'm looking back. There's nobody behind me, bro. Like, why are you looking back? That's me. 100% that's me. So I respected it at least, but yeah, ridiculous performance.
I don't. I hope he comes out this week if he plays this week because usually after those big plays he does not play.
Yeah, literally, which is sad.
It's
I
weird.
think I think there's a place for him on any offense, no matter what. I think,
Oh
in
yeah,
my
yeah, yeah.
opinion, I feel like in a weird way, when you talk about Antonio Brown, I feel the same way I do with Antonio Brown as I do as Deshaun Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they're big play guys and they find a way to make it work on a more regular basis with Antonio Brown.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, I feel like for the most part, in most situations, he is the detriment. And it's not even because of who he is as a player. It's more so like the ego and wanting to do more than you have to, that ends up in those spots.
I love Jax, man. I love him. I love him. But
You
my
take
God,
the
that
you,
was
you take the good, but the bad is just so bad.
the bad is ugly as hell, bro. That the bad is ugly.
And
That
bro,
was
speaking of,
ugly.
I love that you made a reference that went entirely over my head that fits this exact same next thing I was going to talk about.
Uh,
What in the how the hell did the Rams acquire OBJ and get worse? Like, how did that happen? Von
no, no,
Miller as
no.
well,
Not even just acquire OBJ. You replaced OBJ. You replaced Deshaun Jackson with OBJ
and got Von Miller.
and got Von Miller, and somehow just
The first play went to OBJ, and after that, it was just silence.
bro. I don't see this. I mean, outside. Okay, Robert Woods did tear his ACL. He's out for the rest of the season. So
Yep,
I think
matters a lot.
I think Odell's inclusion in the game plan is going to be a lot bigger. I think his opportunities. I think he'll get his opportunities over the next couple of weeks. I don't know what that was.
Mhm.
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, hats off to San Francisco, but Jesus, I don't know what that was.
For sure.
That was weird. That was weird. That's not the team that I look at as being the Super Bowl favorite, like to win it all. They didn't play like that last week.
100%.
Now again, every team has those games throughout the season. No team is perfect. In fact, the last time when we saw a team that went undefeated, they didn't win a Super Bowl, right? So I wasn't expecting them to just like run through everybody all the time, but you don't have that kind of team that you have and play like that.
100%.
So
against a team like that too.
Against the
like
team like that,
that's
yeah,
the problem.
yeah. So I think this is just one of those weeks.
And thankfully, they got to buy. They got to buy off of that, so they get to relax, figure out what's going on.
The thing that sucks is they get to sit for a whole week with a loss. But I think when they come back, they'll be ready to go. OBJ will have he'll have some more time to have study the playbook and all that. Let's see. I think the hype video though that he put out looking back was
not it, Chief.
That
Not
wasn't
itchy.
it. That wasn't it, bro. I mean,
I'm
I
telling you,
loved it.
bro.
I
It was
loved it.
Agatha all along.
Yeah.
That's my new thing. I don't even know, but I know now. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
please look it up. Look it up. I guarantee when you look it up, you're gonna bust out laughing, man. Because
Yes,
it's
sir.
is you watch the series though.
Mhm.
Watch the
I
series.
definitely got
You'll
to check it out.
fully yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, man. But yeah, the Rams will be okay. I don't
For
want to
sure.
I don't like overreacting after certain losses or a lot of losses, but
I
that
just
one
think
was
it's so
weird.
funny that we get to overreact on a week that OBJ joins a new team because it's just like this is
Yeah.
the story at this point.
But
If they lose every game the rest of the season, I won't be surprised. Like I will
but
not.
you remember what I said last week though?
What
Every single team he's been on, they've had these issues where they had these expectations and they don't win.
exactly?
Okay. To me that's coincidental.
Mm.
But if with him being in LA now and LA does not win,
Sound the alarms, my friend.
that's him.
Sound the
It's
alarms.
it's it's
Yep.
him. It's him. It's him.
Yep.
And you can say that whether you want to say it's being a cancer in the locker room or it's just a superstitious thing. I'm more so looking at a superstitious thing.
Mm. I
If
feel
that's
you.
it, because I don't think he's a cancer to the locker room. I think he's a great player to have on your team.
Mhm.
But if that's the case,
I know you're a superstitious guy, so I think this might be the perfect question to ask you right now. What do you think about the rhinestone and the tooth thing? Do you think that could be the start of it all? Would you do that personally?
would
Like
I
I
put a rhinestone in my tooth?
yes, sir.
Hell no.
Yeah.
Hell no. Bro, it freaks me out when I gotta go for a cleaning and they have to use those instruments. That freaks me out.
Yes,
So
sir.
because like every time I'm in a seat, I'm thinking, oh my they're gonna slip up and pierce my tongue or something like that. Like I'm
Yep.
always worried about that. Always worried about that. So yeah, that's no. Hell
No.
no.
So
No.
I'm calling it then. That's why. Since we got to get a date on when he
On
got
that
the
rhinestone.
rhinestone, and if and if it all adds up, it's the rhinestone's fault. I mean, it all makes sense.
So it's a rhinestone and not a diamond.
I mean, that's just what I called it. I'm sure it's a diamond. You
Okay.
got enough
Okay.
money to make that happen. It just is a
Hey.
different color, so I just say rhinestone because
Okay.
it's more.
Okay. Okay.
I
Okay. I
think
see
it's
you
like
go.
purple or something like that. But anyway,
Okay. Nah,
yeah.
man. I look more hats off to him. I couldn't do that. I'm not putting
Yes, sir.
stones in my body.
Hell
That
no.
that that can't be taken out.
In my I don't think you want to put any stones in your body, even if they can be, brother.
Oh no,
I was
no. I'm
saying though.
I'm saying like an earring or something like that. I'm not
Oh yeah,
now
yes,
that
sir.
way. That's one thing. You
Yes,
talking
sir. Yes,
you
sir.
talk you talking about you talking about actually like installing it in my mouth? Nah, bro.
Yeah, nah, not happening.
Nah,
Or
nah,
we could do the little Uzi.
nah.
We
Yeah,
could get
that's
the
what
crown.
that's where I was going with that. No.
Not happening. I'd rather buy a planet. Fuck that.
Yeah.
But this has been a great week, bro.
Yeah, man.
We touched on everything. This
Every
has
single
now
thing.
become a pop culture podcast. This is no longer about
Hey,
sports.
hey,
It
man.
doesn't need to be.
Hey, pop culture goes into sports, so why not?
Yes, sir. They both feed into each other,
Yeah,
literally. Is there anything
yeah.
else you want to add before we get out of here?
Nah, man. I think that's it for me, man. I think that's it for me. Go ahead and give
Yes,
people your stuff,
sir.
bro.
Yes, sir. So you can check me out at Negron MMA on Twitter. On Friday, right? It's
Yeah,
coming around right now.
yeah.
UFC 5, baby.
Yes, sir.
Return of the Beast. I'm hyped for this one,
Yes,
man.
sir.
I actually had for the first time. I know this. You celebrate the small goals, you know.
Yeah.
For the first time in my life, I had somebody who I did not know or was not affiliated with retweet the pod, and that meant a lot to me, man. So
Nice.
shout out to
Nice.
that guy, Dan Severn's mustache,
Yeah.
a literal account dedicated to this event. And I told him this is the perfect event for me to link up with you, bro,
That's
because
hilarious.
Dan Severn is about to get this dub. So
Yeah.
it's gonna be a great tournament to cover. Check that out. MMA Archive on Friday. Perfect timing.
Yes, sir.
And then besides that, you can catch me on Instagram, _. Doing my thing everywhere, trying to keep those numbers going up, and then make sure you follow the brand as well, OTS Media Co.
Yes, sir.
I've been pushing everybody in that
Yeah.
direction, and it's been so fun to see, man. I think single-handedly this week, I've been the reason why we got a couple subs. So I'm hype about it.
Nice. Well, thank you, man, because it's a lot of stuff that goes into it that I don't think that a lot of people truly understand. So we've got a lot of stuff coming, and I'm excited for what we have coming. But what we have right now, all the shows we have lined up, this is just it's a perfect lineup. Perfect lineup. So yeah, like Chris said, check everything out. OTS Media Co. Go to the website otsmediaco.com. Check out our all of our articles. And you can look at all the shows, social media from there. But you can follow me, Derrick underscore OTS, DERRICK, black way to spell it. But yeah, that's about it. That's about it from me, man. So thank you guys for watching. If you're watching, thank you for listening. If you're listening, please rate and review, subscribe. Let us know what you guys think. Give us some feedback on what you guys think we're doing with the show. How you liking it? I think we're mixing a lot of stuff in. A lot of people don't do MMA and basketball the same, in the same episode. So I think we've got a great mixture of stuff.
For sure. For sure, my brother.
Yes, sir. Yes,
And
sir.
always fun. That's what matters the most, man. I've been
Exactly.
having the time of my life doing this. I
Me
don't
too.
show up here ever and I'm like, I got the
Yeah.
podcast today. Like, this is something that during
Yeah.
the day I'm like, I got the podcast tonight,
Yeah.
bro. I'm gonna
Yeah.
have a good one. So
Yeah, it's always fun, bro. I appreciate you again for joining up, man, because this has been great. This has been
yes,
great.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Nothing but love, brother. But you guys
Most
have a
definitely,
good
bro.
one.
All right.
Once again, you already know. I'm just saying, man. I'm saying it right now. Ravens are bouncing back. Eagles are doing their things. I don't even care about my pick. This is all for the homer right here.
Hey,
KD's going to the Celtics. And
hey,
listen, OKC might make the A seed on some sneaky. I'm telling you, watch out for it.
it's possible. Anything's possible, like KG said.
Yes, sir. Check out the doc. Yeah, have a
Yes,
good one, man.
yes,
Peace
sir.
out.
All right, man.